Greetings and welcome to Monday Meditation Oneness Practice, a feature by Humanities Team on Facebook Live. I'm Stephen Donaco and I'm honored to be with you. So the theme of today's meditation is climbing the mountain of consciousness. And I had an inspiration to focus on this particular subject or this topic this morning because I was thinking of my relationship several years ago with a person that I had spent a great deal of time with in prayer and meditation. And he's since made his transition. But we spent a lot of time just talking about spirituality and the power of faith. And it was something that he needed in his life at that time, and also that I needed in my life because we were supporting one another. And we would do this meditation. It was one of his favorites, so it's why it came back to me, and it keeps coming back to me occasionally. We did this meditation around this idea or this vision of climbing the mountain of consciousness. So I'd like to share with you a version of that today in our oneness practice. So with that, as always, inviting you to become still and centered. And we can begin, as always, by just scanning the body from head to toe and making note anywhere where you might be feeling tension. And then just lovingly, gently breathe into that area of your body just to nourish it with your intention and with the direction of your energy. And as you exhale, you release that tension. You might even visualize it just melting away from your body and down into the floor below. And then allow your shoulders to loosen and just fall gently to your sides so that you're consciously not holding tension in your upper body, but as you allow your body to relax, it brings the power of your breathing down into your diaphragm. And you can fill your belly with every breath. Just draw in gently as much air as you're able with each breath, nourishing your body with an abundant flow and supply of oxygen. And with each successive breath, allowing yourself to become increasingly present. With each successive breath, feeling the gravity of the earth, just continuing to hold you powerfully and gently on the spot where you're seated. And with each successive breath, agreeing to be more present, more focused, increasingly conscious. And then in your mind's eye, invite you to picture yourself at the bottom of a mountain. And we might even go so far as to picture this as a collective. And we're not in this alone, of course. So together we stand at the base of the mountain and look around at all those collected below with you and with us. And just feel into the energy and the love and the power of our intention to begin our climb up the mountain of consciousness. So then we all begin and we go together. And we're starting from a base of love, of power, and of intention. And we just slowly make our way up this side of the mountain. Rest assured in the truth that we have one another's backs. That we embark upon this journey together with purpose and in joy. continuing step by step, moving up the side of this mountain, just winding and twisting along the path. And as we move our way up, we can occasionally look out from a scenic point and we see the panorama of the view from a certain elevation. And we look down a little bit, the path that we've left behind, and we see that we've actually come a lot farther than we might have imagined at this point. And we just take a moment to be grateful for the power of our spirit and our intention to have brought us this far. We take a look at one another with affirmation, and then we continue forward, moving our way up higher upon the mountain, feeling the coolness of the breeze as we increase elevation, also feeling a strong sense that together in this collective, as we move up the mountain of consciousness, that this is a metaphor for increasing our awareness of our collective power, that as we move up together, we are increasingly aware that we are supporting one another in this moment and always, as we leave the distractions of the world below at the bottom of the mountain. And then further, by the power of our movement, we make conscious connection with the life within ourselves. Just being grateful for this ability to traverse up the mountaintop. So there's this beautiful togetherness that we feel with each other and with the power of the life that animates us from within. And as we continue climbing up, we occasionally look back down and again marvel at the amount of space between us and the bottom of the mountain, and just grateful for this power we have to continue to move forward, not only in the physical sense, but we again metaphorically regard this as an expansion, a moving forward in our own conscious evolution. And even though some of the individual steps might have been challenging, the sum total of our journey is magnificent and something to behold. And we realize at this moment, as far as we've come up the mountain of consciousness, that each step, regardless how small it seems in the moment, is part of a thread of so many steps that have taken us along our life's journey. And we realize that every single one of them counts towards our conscious evolution, towards our expanding of personal and collective consciousness. So at this point, we regard each step continuing to go forward and up the mountain as being sacred, as being holy, as being powerful. There is no step that is not important. So we embrace this as truth, and we are grateful for the power of the life in us to animate us to take each of those steps. And then finally, we all arrive at the top of the mountain, where we have an unhindered view, 360 degrees all around, and can see a panoramic view in all directions. And we stand firmly and boldly and with gratitude at the top of the mountain of consciousness, grateful for having taken this path together, grateful for the power of the life within each of us that animates our bodies, grateful for the strength, the courage that's brought us to this point, despite any of the occasional doubts or fears that pop up. We know that ultimately the power of our courage and the power of our love and the power of our strength, and the power of our intention is the thing that continues to propel us forward in conscious evolution. So here we are at the top of the mountain, just looking out at this beautiful view in all directions, the brilliance of the blue sky with the occasional clouds, the brightness of the sun, and the joy that we see in one another's faces for having come together, having made this trip together, for the understanding that there is nothing that we cannot do together. There's no mountain that we cannot climb together, is symbolized by the challenges of the world. So here we are, just in awe of this vista, this vision, in awe of this ability that we inherently have to move forward and to expand and to move upward, in awe of the power of us together. And we just take a moment, close our eyes at the top of the mountain and just breathe in the nice, crisp, cool air, feeling completely energized, restored, renewed, encouraged. And inspired to be all the bigger and the greater than that person we left behind at the base of the mountain. We are indeed more powerful, more efficacious, more loving than we indeed realize from moment to moment, step by step, day by day. So I invite you to embody this feeling of being at the top of the mountain. And just stay here for a while. And then perhaps later today, you can enter this meditation at the end of your day, re-enter this meditation, and then take yourself back down the mountain, where you can re-enter the world and take this feeling of power and love and strength and of togetherness and move forward to serve, to love, to be in community, to be in collaboration and in synergy with one another to affect the conscious evolution of humanity. But for right now, just stay at the top of the mountain for a time and just continue to soak in the energy, the beauty, the power, and in your own time, make the journey down when you're ready. And in this moment, when you're ready, open your eyes, be here and be aware right now. So thank you for joining me and the Humanities Team community for this Monday meditation and oneness practice. We'll see you at the same time next Monday. And in the meantime, may your climb up the mountain each day be swift and strong. So peace and namaste.